Alright. We can do new stuff. The Revenue Man. Her Enduring Majesty's Customs Service works closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar. Today they have selected you for an inspection. Do not cheek them. Let them do their worst. You have nothing to hide. This will also reduce your suspicion if your suspicion is 5 or more. Is our suspicion 5 or more? Declare all controlled goods. Pay the custom duty on any untaxed souls or romantic literature you're carrying. Surrender any smuggled sunlight. This will also reduce your suspicion. Talk your way out of the search. And set something aside. They need to know everything and every little trinket they have. Yeah. They roam your deck like wolves. They tear through your belongings like termites. At last they leave. Collect message from the Harbour Master. All the clatter and songs of the dockside, it suits us all. Are the messages for you? A merchant venturer, an urchin tucks your sleeve. Rose's Wharf, the rose market caters to collectors and eccentrics. Anyone with blah. Gift. So for now, something has changed in the needs. Someone wants to sign on. Alright, so we have a merchant venturer. Governor wants a word. The brooding figure waits at the lamplight's edge. Speak to the merchant venturer. Sure. I have need of a reliable agent. Failing that, an inventive one. Here are my requirements. Opportunity for profit. He has very specific needs, but he'll pay much better than market rates. And he won't ask how he came by these things. Alright, what do you want? A dream and a scheme. I will need your help. Something perilous. They sell these in Mount Palmerston, somewhere in the north of the Unterzee. $500 for 7 barrels of the things. You won't find a better price. Something intricate. Find them in buried treasure, broken museums, pirate cargoes, now and then the stomachs of monsters. Good luck. I need 7. Do not ask why. 1500 echoes will answer all your questions. Sure. 'Hire more crew. Unlock with crew no more than 9. Unlock with Dirty Echo. Carouse in Wolfstack Docks. This will reduce your terror. You might run into trouble or romance. Okay. Offer passage to a tomb colonist. The Nemagon will pay to be taken north to a Vanderbite. New recruit. Who is our new recruit? She's the greatest on the Undersea, and don't you forget. Engage an officer, the irrepressible cannoneer. Captain, are you looking for a gunner? I'm looking for a ship. Here are my references. Here are more references. Here my design for a whistling shell. Here's my colleague. He'll stay offshore. Here's my hand. Will you take it? The cannoneer is a gunnery officer who substantially increases iron. Engage an officer, the sigil-ridden navigator. Let me guide your ship. I know all the sea, how it was, how it will be. Please, the headaches only stop when I'm working. Increases mirror and veils. Engage a sailor. What desperate desire had led them to sign on? Who cares? They're very keen. Consequently, they're cheap. So you'll simply increase your crew by 1. Goes to the echo and sure. Continue. Low gifts. Ooh. A very fine evening to you, Captain. My, what you might call a mentor, is very fond of adventurous sea captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a dispensation, on account of he is so fond of sea captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray pile high with fuel and supplies. Accept the dispensation. Do make sure you have 15 points of space in the hold or come back later. It would be embarrassing to have to leave it on the dock. Inquire further who is this patron. Is there a catch? Refuse. Too good to be true? Perhaps not. Do I have space? The hold, yes. Well, I was looking for fuel and supplies. Who's this patron? An airy wave. He runs a very fine, a very liberal establishment just across the river. What is much patronized by sailors and men of wit and vinegar. A public house. And there is no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, that I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. Sure. Well, my patron hopes that you find these little gifts to your liking, and he expects that perhaps someday you might choose to call on him at Medusa's Head. Should that day come, we will make you very welcome and give you any safe conduct that you might require. Good evening to you. He salutes and is gone. You accept proposal, menaces, suspicion, fuel, and 5 supplies. Continue. So now I have 9 supplies. The adventurer's desires. Is this the same one? Oh, yeah. That guy. Alright. Could we... Oh, yes, we could do stuff in London. They'll pay for information from the sea captains, unlock a favor, Admiralty favor no more than 2, visit the university, visit the Rose Market, cruise wolves like dogs. Use terror. We have terror, right? Territory. Hire on more crew. Push in dry dock. Admiralty office. They'll pay for information for sea captains. Fine. Yep. Hunters keep. I trust citizens are keeping well. They are citizens of her enduring majesty. Notionally. They're vampires, aren't they? Yep, I have port report. Your visit to Hunter's Keep has been confirmed by the Admiralty Records Office. You've gained 1 time fuel. You now have 1 favor. You no longer have a port report, and we got paid 5 echo. Well, we want more money, don't we? This port. Speak to our agent there in return. We'll see that you reward it. Visit the port below, return to London. You can check details. Retrieve strategic information from Aerisnoir in the Corsair's forest, somewhere not far from home waters. Okay. Aerisnoir Corsair forest. Okay. And then, well, we kind of want to reduce that terror there. Yeah. A marvelous night out. Sea shanties, fine food, and the warmth of a fire. And something more. You now have one of this recent news. You've lost 1 times another day, a free evening, new total 1. You've lost an echo, new total 45. And you were fortunate, you lost 3 terror. Travel and romance. You find yourself sharing a table with a likely lass, a dapper chap, or someone whose name you don't remember afterwards. Only love is easy. You take comfort where you find it, that's all it is. An elegant fellow with a preposterous accent, an unexpectedly delightful laugh. By the evening's end, it seems natural that he should accompany you home. She typically claims to be a spy. Whatever she is, she's easy to like, and when the evening ends, you're still together. Sure. Interlude. The next morning, he gives you a golden locket. Don't lose it, he says with a grin. Then he goes suddenly grave. Truly, don't lose it. Locket with a dapper chap's portrait. Alright, so we have food in the hole, and we have well, we have food actually. Oh. Captains, fuel. How much fuel do we have? 17, and we have 9 supplies. Foxfire candles. We've all made mistakes. If only those mistakes could be left in the dark. Yeah, buy one more supply. Right, launch. Let's go. So what were we looking for? Something, more, or wow, I'm bad at this. We were supposed to go somewhere and I forgot where we're going to go. Oh, there's something there. What's that? You've encountered an opponent. The red arc shows the range of your deck gun. Keep the enemy in range while your crew works out a firing solution. This will happen faster if you keep the enemy in prowl out. The deck gun will be highlighted as your crew make progress towards firing solution. Press space or close door. But how do I fire? Right. Ah, no. We killed it. Yes. With a forlorn and wailing cry, the megalops turns on its back, legs neatly folded. As bluish blood gouts from its wounds, its golden glow begins to dim. Butcher it for supply, dissect it for knowledge. We lost supply already. Butcher it. Pale and salty meat, the crew will feast. That glowing flesh is unstable. It crisps and withers as the glow fades, so eat while it's fresh. You've lost 16 times hunger. But we don't get any supplies for it? Okay. Well. Right then. All clear. We found Mutton Island and Murray Straits. Alright, let's dock here and see what we can find. We need a faster boat. Quacker's Haven and Mutton Island. Once this simple fishing village was part of the London suburbs, before London fell apart and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind town. So what will we do here? We're gonna have a drink at the Cock and Magpie. There's only one public house on the island. And it's famed for its local cider and, of course, the seafood. Pick up a wretched mog. A yellow-eyed, mangy, piebald thing winds around your ankles like a manacle chain. You've never seen a cat's mouth open that wide. Presumably it's hungry. It's a mascot. We have a comatose ferret. Do we want a cat? At least I think it's a cat. It's a cat, right? Yes. Explore the shore. Chat to the fishermen. Sailors here around the island. They mend their nets by the harbor. They see all that happens here, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. When something awaits you, stories await when you next make port. Visit the hilltop above town. There's not much wind on the Unterzee, but Mutton Island suffers eerily gusts and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather. And the air of the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. Toasting the wind. You stand on a cliff top, looking over the little village. Smoke from the chimney of the Cock and Magpie drifts straight upwards. As you watch, the smoke tilts. The southern wind turns it to a pencil smudge, and then nothing. The wind screams unexpectedly like a god cut in half. What a noise! It must be the caves around the island channeling the air. At least that's the most comforting explanation. Below you, the locals each take nips from a shared flask and make a toast towards the mainland. The wind is a southerly. We've gained more fragments, and we succeed in pages, and you've gained 2 terror. Oh, that was worth it. Chapter Fisherman. Sure. Little ships and little secrets. Pirates plying the waves, smugglers at their work. Cannot ships putting in to resupply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. We have a port. And you can have a drink. Makes us lose a terror. The trees of need are scraggly and wretched, scraping a living with parasynthesis. But the apples of Mutton Island are tart and powerful, perfect for cider. Cider? Cider! This stuff is stronger than it looks. You stretch out in your seat, stare through the leather window at your safely moored ship, and find yourself whistling. The landlord gives you a friendly grin and goes back to wetting his cleaver. That loses us a... Sure. Would I float your boat? Some distance to the southwest. Discovered Albertine Gates. Gianotti Harbor. Alright, let's see what we can find here. Main canal staging area. The canal ascends through locks and gates and shadow turns to the sunlight of the surface. That is pretty damn awesome. The sun is dangerous to need dwellers like your crew, but the surface has its temptation. Ensure you're well stocked with supplies and fuel, or you may never return. Listen for the surface gossip. The ships of the surface linger here. This is their lifeline to a warmer place. Unlock with something awaits you. Get information for port reports. Business as usual. The gates open and shut. The locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere besides London is safe in all the Undersea, it's here. The service nations have an interest in keeping the way open. Now a per function report. The incoming canal. Listen for service gossip. Daylight. This would be a prime spot for a pub or wine shop, but the interest of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They do not like competition. Still, there are temporary half-legal hostelries in long-moored ships. Here you trade stories with sun-tanned surface sailors, stories of Paris and Batavia, the lost fires and the final isles. One vision of the surface. Do we have shops here? Yes. Oh, I cannot. A port report, a per function report, visions of the surface, recent news, fragments. Right, so can we talk to an officer? Speak to the mascot. Play with your fur. Do well. The Commodore's fur resents the disturbance. It springs to life like a figure in a jump painting in a story, sinking a sudden fang into your thumb. You've gained 1 terror. Well, that was funny. Yeah, perhaps not. Alright. So we need to keep an eye on the fuel and the food, I suppose. Let's head back when we're at 5 or something. Do we not have a map or something? At least go out bad. The Iron Republic is some distance to the south. Ooh, what's that? I am not gonna go there. The Iron Republic. Electric shiver to the air. Storm is watching the same side. Something awaits you in port. Okay. Curio's Bluff. I intend to dock, dude. Factory rangers roar like false lions. Blood thunders in the dock pipes, crimson lightning skitters across the deck, leaps to the rail, curls there like a cat. The city is reflected in glassy calm harbor water. The citizens there have the heads of dogs and serpents. Hell has brought freedom to the Iron Republic. Freedom from all laws, even those of nature. Listen, your fears line up on the quay, waving like old lovers. You need terror 70. You can have 70 terror? Really? Suddenly terror feels a whole lot different. Allow your sailors to come ashore. Probably this will increase your terror. Perhaps something else horrible will happen. Market of Hungers. The Parliament of Flies. Where it spires and sigils, the disparity of the bazaar today flies fills arcades buzz. Compile a port report. Go. It won't be entirely straightforward. The streets won't lie straight, and the ink freezes whenever you look away from the inkwell. The sensations of the Republic are overwhelming. This is a desire for years. That is a hatred for fountains. Here is an emotion that will only be expressed mathematically. Now you are washed with nostalgia for the hatching of the egg. Write it down. Write it all down. Perhaps you'll be rid of it. We got a tale of terror, and we have a memory of distant shores. Parliament of Flies is open for business. You have a port report, and we had lost 2 hearts. Well, I hope that reported. The Market of Hungers. With the spider sigils, buzz, Dungwork folds. Visit the shop stack. We have fragment and we have terror. And we can buy nothing. We can sell some fuel, but it won't give us anything. The flies will caress you with their wings. Hurry up and purchase something. Alright. So let's see if I can escape this place with that ship there. Oh. Come on, let's go home. Hurry! Hurry it up, little ship. There are no islands within Z-bat range. That's okay. I find it somewhat disturbing that we absolutely do not have a map. However, you're gonna find your way back home. Nope. So is this something you're just gonna have to remember? Everything is? Oh, then the gates will open and you can sail into this little area there. Oh, we can totally fight that crab thing. Stop missing the damn thing! Okay, we can do this. Just have to be faster right now. Yes. Dissected. A crop full of conundrums. You set to work with your knives and assets. It is an indistinguished adolescent specimen, a megalops of one of the deep-sea crab species, but its eyes, normally vestigial in these troglodytic beasts, wow, are larger and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife. Right. We killed it. Yay, go us. We have entered the fog bank. Gonna struggle to see our foes. What is the hell to my ship? Did you see that?